Today I want to talk about emotional boundaries, and I'm going to bring it to life for you in the most simple way, because I think more often than not, it's just a lot easier to understand things in the world of form, like what we can see and touch and feel translates so much more readily than what we can't, which is our emotionality. So with that said, we all know what a boundary is. It's a delineation between where one thing begins and ends and where another thing begins and ends. So in this case, when we're talking about ourselves and our emotionality, it's where I as a person begin and end and where somebody else begins and ends. So let me bring that to life with you and show you what happens when I don't have that sense of separateness. And I'm going to work with something easily relatable, and I'm just going to work with this lovely green jumper here. So I've put this jumper on today and I'm really happy with it. I love it. I bought it at the markets with my friend Sandra a couple of weeks ago. I feel super comfortable in it, and it was a great price, not too hot, not too cold, triple tick, love my jumper. Good. So now let's say that I post this video and I get loads of comments going, beautiful jumper, love the green, jumper's great, fantastic. Now, without being harsh, thank you. However, I liked the jumper before I even posted or recorded this video this morning. So my view about this jumper, or in this case, myself in this jumper, is separate to what all the comments say it is. Now, that doesn't really matter too much because it's all nicey and everybody's liking it, but let's flip it. And let's say that the comments start to be actually incredibly harsh. That people are like, look, I'll listen to what you have to say, but not in that jumper. That jumper is disgusting. That is the most foul thing I've ever seen. I don't even think people should be legally allowed to record in green, whatever it says. If I don't see myself as separate to you, and you are criticizing and berating my jumper, how do you think I'm going to feel about myself? I'm going to collapse. I'm going to feel embarrassed. I'm going to feel ashamed. Depending on how unboundaried I am, if I really have no sense of separateness to you, I might tease it out into anything I've ever worn or anything I ever will wear. I'm going to completely turn in on myself because my view of, in this case, this jumper, or my view of who I am and this choice that I've made is going to be completely contingent on your view of this jumper and this choice that I've made. And for that reason, we must, each of us, be really clear about where we begin and end and where someone else begins and ends. And when we're in a relationship with a narcissist, this becomes more and more muddied. Our view becomes more and more enmeshed in their view because we are in a relationship with somebody who is telling us that what we think isn't right and what we've just said and how we feel and what we understood to have happened is not, in fact, the truth of what is there. And they are continuously flipping the script to make us doubt and to diminish our reality, which is the gaslighting piece. So boundaries are fundamental as we begin to unplug from the crazy making of somebody else trying to tell us that their truth is the truth. Know that their truth very well may be true for them. They may not like the green jumper, but I know how I feel about the green jumper. I know why I chose it. I know why I put it on today. I know how I feel in it. And I don't need anybody else to validate that or agree with that or support that for that to be true for me. So this sense of this is where I begin and end. These are my beliefs. This is my emotionality. This is my experience. This is how I feel. This is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I'm asking for. This is what I will tolerate. This is what I won't tolerate, is always separate to the other. And if the other is not in agreement with you, so be it. But do not let that diminish your sense of who you are and your trust in yourself and your belief in your ability to discern for what is true for you. So if this is resonating for you and this is landing for you, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Check out my website at katiefeder.com and join our community, because I feel so strongly that these conversations are the most important conversations for us to be having. I've often been heard to say, you know, if you don't know where Paris is, go ahead and Google it. And if you can't add up, use your phone. But really, if you don't have that innate sense of individuality as you move through the world, it makes us less protected and less safe and more open to this kind of narcissistic abuse. Chat to you soon.